and the robot.
Thank you, thank you. Sweet, so now we're up to the most arduous part of this. Is actually a live demo. But first I want to thank a few people. A couple of names are not on here and none of our faces are on here. I'll start with myself. My name is Augmented Richards. I'm an AWS Solutions Architect. A lot of folks in the room have helped us out. I want to single out a few people. John Zeminski, sitting on the corner over here. So he is the spot wrangler for AWS. So he has that kind of distinction. And then I also want to point out the Wonder Twins over here. I'm sure you've heard that before. Adrian and Christian, they're from Magic Leap. And without this partnership between Magic Leap and AWS, this could not have happened. So I really thank you both. And Roger Kinney, who's our UX expert, who can't be with us today. Unfortunately, he's stuck in New York. But this was a pipe dream of mine maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I thought, hey, robots are going to become a thing. And they're going to be in our daily lives. They're going to be in your homes, your Roomba, your Tesla, those kinds of things. And at some point, they're not going to be completely automated. They're going to be partially automated, and it'd be better for us to have some control when we needed to have that bit of control. And then I started thinking a little bit bigger. I said, well, if we can do this in our homes, we can also do this in oil and gas pipelines, in other areas, airports, and shipyards. We can have humans and robots working together seamlessly. And one of the best ways to do that is through some kind of AR control. So obviously we're heading toward this world where we have all of these new devices, all of these new things coming up. We're going to have personal transports. We already have the Amazon Astro, if any of you are lucky to have one in your home. And then we all know about ChatGPT. These kinds of things are great for our lives, but also they're not fully fleshed out, they're not fully formed. And the best way to control all of these different environments is with a human. And that's why, and if you've heard of ChatGPT hallucinating, that's one of the reasons why a human's in the loop, is because we can't quite trust a large language model yet. So we partnered with Magic Leap because we saw Magic Leap as just a groundbreaking headset to put together an environment where the robot can be sometimes autonomous, the IoT system can be sometimes autonomous, but when we need human control, we can go and get that human control as we need. Quick plug for AWS and Amazon. We have lots of robots. At Amazon, we have, I think, over 600,000 robots at this point. And a lot of the packages that you get, a lot of the things you purchase, have been touched more by a robot than a human. And in this case, you're seeing our last mile delivery, something that we're working on. So these are publicly available images you can kind of check out for yourself. We don't have any drones overhead of this area, but we have drones in the sky already. So that's something to think about. And then we have a partnership where we're working on last mile with robots with arms. Yeah. So I've been told to speed through this. Because I get to demo. Okay, so robots. We have robots. Lots of robots. All right. In the partnership with Magic Leap, one of the most important things to me when I was choosing a headset was that I wanted a headset that was built on open source tools. So the Magic Leap 2 is running on Android OS. It allowed us to do a lot of different things, including ROS, if you're familiar with ROS. And someone clap for ROS? Yeah. And then high processing power. That's one of the things that's really important. So a lot of times you're not going to be connected to the internet. As much as we want you guys to all use cloud, there are going to be a lot of components that are going to be necessary to be on the device, like hand tracking, eye tracking, etc. IMU. And so it's important to have a device that had that compute capability. And frankly, it's easy to use. I'm very impressed with what has been done by the Magic Leap team. They're not paying me to say that. But I'm very impressed, and I've used all kinds of headsets. And then Boston Dynamics Spot, we use Boston Dynamics Spot in our own facilities with our own clients. And it's just a great platform to demonstrate what I'm about to demonstrate to you. But think of this as a bigger picture than just the glasses and the spot today. Think of it as you're walking into your insert, whatever you're walking into, big warehouse, or whatever it is, your construction site, and now you can put on a pair of Magic Leap glasses and use AWS, and in the process, control more than one item. So we have one item today here, but we literally have hundreds of robots running around here and in an automated fashion, and then control the one we want to control when we want to control it. A little bit more AWS icons, don't worry about it. But the important part for today is we've implemented one flow for you to see, but we have hundreds of permutations of things you can do in AWS. There are 200 plus services at this point, and all of them are applicable to this situation. But I'm going to show you just a brief one, and that's basically the spot in Magic Leap interaction using AWS. That big orange thing is probably the most important. That's called an AWS Lambda, and it's used to build functions in AWS. But like was mentioned before, you can plug in anything into this system. IoT Twin Maker, we have something called RoboRunner, which orchestrates bunches of robots together. We have VAMs, and the VAMs co-author is sitting right there. So if you want to ask some specific questions, go get it. And then this is kind of shown before, but